It's 11 o'clock. Welcome back. It is hour number 2 of Three Man Front. We're live at Social Taco. Come on by and see us. The doors are officially open. Folks are making their way here up on the Taco Terrace. So we appreciate everyone stopping by and seeing us. We're about to get into this really odd story that started percolating yesterday afternoon about the starting quarterback for Oklahoma. If you have not seen the story, just basically in a nutshell, what took place was there was an individual on social media, and he goes by the name of, Brian Aguada. His bio reads, insider at Deadspin, senior journalist at Valley News Live. And if you look up Valley News Live, that is in, I believe, North Dakota. Says he's as seen on the Monday Morning Quarterback and the Crossover. He's got about 500 followers on Twitter. And so last night around 6 o'clock, he posts on Twitter the following, breaking. Oklahoma quarterback John Mateer has allegedly engaged in sports betting, including on NCAA football games such as UCLA versus USC, according to Venmo transactions. NCAA rules prohibit athletes from wagering on any NCAA-sanctioned events. So that was his tweet. And then there are some screen grabs of some of these supposed Venmo items in which John Mateer paid a Richard Roten for sports gambling. Also, Richard Roten paid John Mateer Ultra Sports Gambling FIFA World Cup. Also, there was sports gambling, UCLA versus USC. So all those things were being reported by this individual on Twitter. Now, the reason it starts getting really interesting is, first and foremost, I'm not saying that someone that's only got 500 followers on Twitter cannot break a story, okay? That's not what I'm saying. But you got to do a little bit of digging on to make sure that this is not some kind of AI or this is somebody trying to grind an axe against John Mateer or whatever the case may be. But the plot thickened because he scrubbed his Venmo account after fans found screenshots showing he allegedly engaged in sports betting while at Washington State. So all these are posted on Twitter, and then all of a sudden he goes into his Venmo and he scrubs all the memos and all these people that he supposedly paid. That got everybody kind of going. Like, okay, what does that mean? Does that mean anything? Does that mean he's guilty? Mm-hmm. Does that mean that he's just trying to clean some stuff up? Because, Conrad, if I'm not mistaken, I do not have those in my notes, but some of those Venmo memos, they were they did not put him in a very good light in regards to some of the pejoratives that had been used in the Venmo memos. Is that correct?
That is correct, and thanks to the power of the internet, I made sure to save those screenshots before they inevitably got deleted and scrubbed from the internet, so I won't read them, or I won't read all of them, but so these are some of the captions that you saw allegedly that were from John Mateer's Venmo. So you had on November 20th of 2022, these are the two that kind of started all of this. You had the two Venmo transactions between John Mateer, and he was paying somebody named Richard Roten. And one of the captions just said sports gambling. The other one said sports gambling, parentheses, UCLA versus USC. Huh. So allegedly, you would think they were probably gambling on that game. Yes, he then also did have some other posts that had, I don't know, maybe locker room talk would be a way to describe the captions, but not something that you want out there publicly and not comments that are appropriate to be made as well. But that kind of adds some legitimacy to the whole Venmo theory because those are legitimate Venmos, and you can see the correlation to the gambling ones on his account.
So just to recap, you have an individual that claims to be a reporter, posts these screenshots, says that John Mateer has allegedly engaged in sports betting, including UCLA versus USC and some other games. Then John Mateer goes to his Venmo and starts scrubbing certain things off of his Venmo account. Now, A.J. Perez who is a documentarian. He's a producer, investigative reporter. He used to work, if I'm not mistaken, at Front Office Sports. So he did a little digging on this individual that supposedly is a real person, this Aguada guy that posted the story. And it took A.J. Perez 12 seconds to figure out that this reporter's AVI is a pic of NHL forward Zach Ashton Reese. So I'm not sure what the situation is, if this is an AI-generated situation or if somebody has an axe to grind with John Mateer and they have now created this persona of a so-called journalist. But there's one thing for sure, Landrum. It appears that those Venmo screen grabs, those were real. That was presented on Twitter yesterday afternoon by this so-called reporter.
All right, so this is an NCAA issue, if anything. I guess it would be first and foremost, not the College Sports Commission. If this happened back in 2022, he appeared in one game back in 2022, and that was against Stanford, where he was 2 for 2. I think the question that you have to ask if you're John Mateer, or that you have to be concerned about if you're an Oklahoma fan, is if there's digging, if there's an investigation into trying to uncover other transactions that do relate to college sports, particularly college football, I could see that being an issue. If he was gambling on the NBA, the NFL, other sports, I don't think that there's a whole lot of legs to it. But what is the rule? What are the current rules? I can't remember from the Iowa State, whatever school else was involved, how the NCAA sees that.
Well, I can tell you this. I reached out immediately last night to some people that I trust in the state of Oklahoma about this particular story. And they obviously said that the Venmo screen grabs were concerning, but they honestly, as of this morning, they do not feel like anything of consequence is going to come of this. It's just the age that we're currently living in. If this was 10 to 15 years ago, John Mateer might be suspended the first 3 games during investigation or whatever the case may be. But according to the people that I trust in the state of Oklahoma, they believe that this is pretty much going to end up being a nothing burger.
Can we also all agree, and I'm not, regardless of if he did it or not, if he did do it, this doesn't absolve him of being guilty and doing something that he probably was well aware should not be doing. But can we all agree that it's really weird that there's some people out there that have nothing better to do with their time than go back 3 years on someone's Venmo transaction page and try to find them, catch them red-handed doing something?
Well, the motive. What's the motive for that? Because you know that John Mateer has got a fat stack of cash to go to Norman, Oklahoma to play football.
It's just weird
Maybe
behavior.
The shakedown didn't work, right?
Well, just think what they tried to do to Josh Allen.
Yep. That stuff is just so weird to me.
I mean, when they went back and was finding things that when 15, 16-year-old kids are posting, completely different individual once they become an adult. But anyway, it's worth mentioning because it is scary how this stuff, especially with AI, and Molly, it took you 5 seconds. You just found this individual's picture. This is from, a hockey team, like a college hockey player.
He was on the Northeastern Huskies hockey team. He was that picture, by the way, is from 9 years ago.
9 years ago. Amazing.
Yeah, he's a forward.
He's a forward.
Mm-hmm.
So this is inevitably going to come out that some Texas fan made this fake account, right? And to spread this information, something like that.
I will say, though, I do think that this should be a lesson because I know for, not saying that I have done this, but, females and, friends that I know have maybe caught boyfriends cheating because they've looked at Venmos to see who. So just a word, just be careful what you put on Venmo.
Okay,
words
so now now we're about to go down a road. So, all right, so there.
What was the caption, Molly?
Yeah, what were they?
It was dinner or ice cream.
I got you.
But
okay,
yeah.
But
Maybe
I
put
guess
your Venmo
someone
on
paying
private.
another female or a female paying
Correct.
someone else.
Yes. So just be careful. Like, this should be a warning.
So this has happened to some of your friends?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So like Landrum said, just put everything down as gas.
Like I said, Pat, listen, we can find out everything.
All right, according to the NCAA, I'm looking at the rules right now. NCAA rules ban participation in sports betting activities, prohibit providing information to individuals involved in or associated with any type of sports betting activities concerning intercollegiate, amateur, or professional athletics competition. It goes on to say, in other words, if you're a student athlete, coach, or athletic staff member, regardless of sport or division, you're not allowed to bet on really on anything, is what it says. Bet or provide any useful information that can influence a bet in any sport the NCAA sponsors or at any level. That's straight from the handbook. Again, what does that mean? How much teeth does the NCAA have? Or are people going to be crying to track this thing down? Have we still not gotten the punishment for Michigan and the whole Connor Stallions thing?
Okay, there is a radio station there in Oklahoma. They have reached out to Valley News Live. They spoke to an office manager who looked through their personnel records, and they have never employed an individual by the name of Aguado or whatever his name he's going by on social media.
I definitely think the 400, 500, whatever followers he had, that was really throwing everyone for a loop last night, I think.
Yeah, he claimed to be a senior journalist at Valley News Live. However, after media in the state of Oklahoma reached out to try to find out something about this individual, and there is absolutely nothing. I am now subscribing to what Conrad just brought up. I think that this is a UT Horns fan. I think that they have gone in and they have created this AI reporter, and they found some stuff, which obviously was incriminating to the point to where he scrubbed his Venmo, just trying to stir it up a little bit. Well, is there any doubt?
I could see it being a UT fan.
Or a Washington State fan that is irritated because he left.
Or Conrad, who watched Oklahoma beat his team last year.
And he's trying to get him suspended for the season.
Now, if this was Jackson Arnold, I might be guilty of it, but not John Mateer. No, he wasn't part of that last year. So he gets a free pass for right now. But I will say this, seriously, if you're John Mateer, as far as I know, there's no way that, even if the Venmo transactions are true and legitimate, there's no way you can go and track what they actually paid for. So all you would have to do is say, oh, yeah, me and my friends, we thought it was funny. We just put sports gambling as what we were, doing, but we actually just bought dinner that night.
Oh, agree 100%.
You could easily lie your way out of this situation.
If there's an investigation, so if it's the integrity people that have, I think, some federal persuasion, they have a lot more power, or they do have more power than the NCAA, which does not have subpoena power. If he has to start turning over records and they want to go through with a fine-tooth comb and track his history, if there's something there's a good chance they're going to find it. That would be my fear if I'm John Mateer in Oklahoma.
All right, so here's the deal. Molly, she has gone way back.
Guys, I can find anything. I told you.
All right, so you went back to 2023, right?
Correct.
And this individual who posted this on Twitter last night, what's their name again?
Brian Aguada.
Aguada. Okay. What did he tweet in 2023?
This is in all caps, by the way. The Texas Longhorns are Big 12 champions. West Virginia was so bad they could not get one win. And about 6 crying laughing emojis and about 20 broom emojis, okay? But then he goes on to say, I would hate to be a West Virginia fan, and then he says a word that I will not say on these airwaves.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say that word either.
Okay.
Just call me Sherlock Holmes then.
How about that? So Conrad just accidentally walked into the case. He just solved the case.
I'm looking at his old tweets, and they're really funny. Well, some of them. Some of them
That's
are kinda
AI,
dumb.
Molly. It's not a real person.
No, I know. It's just funny seeing what this person's saying.
So he's a Tennessee fan.
He tweeted about when the submarine exploded.
Oh, the
He tweeted
Titanic
about-
thing?
He's making jokes about it?
No, he tweeted the Titan, the missing submarine that was used to explore the Titanic, has been found. Everyone on board passed away. That's what he said. He's.
Hey, that was a
By the
big
way,
breaking
I'm
news
looking-
story.
U.S. integrity does not appear to have subpoena power.
And he'll like quote tweet some things like first to report this. Huh.
Yeah.
How funny would it be if Oklahoma was like, what Mike Gundy tried to do at Oklahoma State? You remember where you could scan the QR code and it would go to like Venmo or whatever, where you could donate to the NIL?
Well, apparently he's not a Lakers fan either.
He doesn't like LeBron at all.
Yeah, he does not like LeBron. This might be Landrum. Landrum might have posted that.
Conrad, I'm going to send this to you.
So he's a Texas fan and he hates LeBron. Okay.
Anything about LeBron.
Oh, my goodness.
People.
Oh, my. So, kids, just let it be a lesson. If you're going to put something on the memo line of your Venmo, just make it generic.
Man, this guy really does not like LeBron James.
Hey, if this is a conspiracy, then I would tell everybody on Oklahoma's schedule beware, because there's obviously some fear about what John Mateer can do in that offense.
Just make sure that when you guys pay for the office football pool this year that you –
I don't think anybody's going to the trouble to dig some stuff up on Zach Calzada.
Yeah. All right.
He tweeted, "Keep lifting. Don't listen to the haters. Can't wait to get back in the lab."
This is just your Tuesday motivation right here.
No, literally.
Man. All right. Good stuff. We're live at Social Taco. Come on up and see us. We'd love to hear from you. 1-800-239-WJOX. The Courtesy GMC text line is open. 205-834-9450. A little bit later in the program, matter of fact, at the bottom of the hour, we'll go to Nashville, Tennessee, and find out the very latest on the Vanderbilt Commodores fall camp. Next hour, recruiting with Steve Wiltfong on this very busy Tuesday from Social Taco. Love to hear from you on the text line, brought to you by Courtesy GMC, 205-834-9450, 1-800-239-WJOX is the phone number. Love to hear from you. Our guest is going to join us at 11:30, so we got a little bit of time to hear from you on the text line or phone call.
I'd tell you about our friends at Mystic Beverage, sparkling spring water that's infused with goodies, various cannabinoids to achieve your level of mood, your level of relaxation. I love the Lift Blend. It's got the green coffee bean extract. I tell you all the time, especially in the fall when we're really busy and doing what we do with college football, high school football, show responsibilities and everything else. Those days, they can seem like they never end, but the green coffee bean extract, it's going to get you through with the Lift Blend. You can go with one of 4 delicious flavors, or you could try all of them. But not only that, they got the Nirvanic. You can go with the High Hills. You want to go with the Broadway. It's a great alternative to alcohol, especially if you're overindulging during the college football season. MysticBeverage.com. You can find them at your local Piggly Wiggly, or simply check out all of their products on the website at MysticBeverage.com. Always tell them Landrum from Jock sent you.
So, Molly, are you excited about Taylor Swift doing a podcast? That is tomorrow, correct?
Oh, I'm so excited.
And so she is announcing her new album. Have you pre-ordered the Life of a Showgirl vinyl for $29.99?
No, I don't have a record player.
How about a cassette player for $19.99? You can get the Life of a Showgirl.
Don't have one of those either.
All right. Well, do you have a CD player?
In my car?
Okay, well, you could get the Life of a Showgirl CD with poster.
Sweet.
For $12.99.
Pat, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I've bought a CD since I was 10.
Well, I was thinking about the poster. I was thinking you get the CD.
I don't think anybody's bought a CD since you were 10.
And you could get the poster and put it up in y'all's office.
Perfect. I'll just do that. And I can keep the CD in my car. Just play it on loop.
Yeah, all the time. So, are you excited about this?
Oh, I'm so excited. I mean, I'm a huge Swiftie, so I was kind of shocked that she's announcing a new album, though. I mean, I'm glad she is. Don't get me wrong.
Are you surprised
just in time to distract everybody during football? I'm so sick of this.
Well, we don't know when it's dropping yet. I don't know the release date.
Sorry, Taylor. You can share the spotlight with other things.
I will say the fact that she is going on New Heights, their podcast, is actually huge. I don't think she's ever done a podcast.
So apparently her management team, they have filed a bunch of trademarks.
Ooh, I love a trademark.
Yep, bunch of filings, including TLOAS.
The Life of a Showgirl.
Yep, stands for Life of a Showgirl. So They filed trademarks on a wide range of goods under the names of her past albums, as well as that
Cashmere?
abbreviation.
Velvet? Tickles?
So what do you think we'll learn in this podcast that we didn't already know?
Maybe more of like an inside look to their relationship. I know that he just did an interview with GQ where he kind of talked about how Taylor's become a huge football fan and like she really like understands the game now because of him and all this stuff. So, and he said it's been cool watching her when she was on tour and like the 150 however many shows that she did, and yeah.
Do you anticipate that they will get married one day, or you think that they're completely happy with having their parallel lives and they intersect at times?
I mean, I would love for them to get married, but I could also see them just being like a happy couple and not getting married.
What do you think, Langell?
I thought he was good.
Do you think it's true love?
I thought he was really good in Happy Gilmore, too, as the server.
I will say, though, as someone, like my first concert, I know we've talked about it, but I was 7 when I went to go see Taylor Swift. Like, this is the happiest and the most public she's been with like a boyfriend.
She seemed like
a
a really
time.
miserable person. I like Taylor Swift. She's fine. But she seemed like, for somebody who was worth $1 billion, in one of the documentaries I saw where she's flying around with her mom and she's over and she was still with
Joe Allen.
What's his face? Yeah.
Yeah.
She complained a whole lot.
She's a lot happier now. Which is
What was
good.
she complaining about?
Just a lot of first world,
Yeah.
elite 1% problems.
Oh, okay.
Which was kind of a turnoff a little bit. But look, if she's happy and
Yeah.
he's happy. You asked if I thought it was true love. Sure. I guess it is.
I mean, they've been together for like what, 3 years now?
I think
It's been that
2.
long?
2 years? I
Yeah.
feel like it's been a minute.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell you what, if he has another season like he did last year,
I think he'll retire.
It'll be your.
he'll be in Happy Gilmore 3 and 4.
He might be in more.
He'll be your. I don't even know what you call that. He could help with setup. He can make sure that she's happy. Her green room's set up on tour. Just travel around with her, right?
He kind of seems like he's going a little bit on the Gronk path now. Like he's trying to branch out into some other things. You know, he can start to see the end of the career and, you know, trying to be that funny, you know, personality, kind of, you know, the big bro guy.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you guys like better? Who would you rather hang out with without Taylor involved? Would it be Jason or Travis?
Ooh, probably Jason.
Yeah, probably
Yeah,
Jason.
I think Jason too.
I agree.
Well,
All
good
the way
luck to
around.
Taylor and her album sales. I hope it
So
goes
when will
well.
that podcast drop tomorrow? Is that
I
tomorrow,
think
like
6
during the day?
o'clock
Or
Central.
tomorrow night?
Yeah. I think
Okay.
it's 7 Eastern.
How much do you
time.
have to pay for that?
Well, the
free.
podcast is free.
Oh, I was talking about the album.
Oh.
Oh, well,
free.
you got all sorts of options of what you want to do.
See, I just always wait until it comes on Spotify, which is the day it drops.
You know, there's something about this has nothing to do with Taylor Swift, but you mentioned the vinyl. I would love to, and I know you can buy those record players, but I want that sound.
See, we have a record player like at our house, like my parents do, and we'll use it sometimes, like when we're playing dominoes or playing cards. But we have a bunch of older records.
Vinyls
Nothing
are like
new.
crazy expensive now, though.
They can.
They're like
be
$40.
expensive. Yeah.
Well, for the life of a showgirl vinyl, you can order it right now.
That's why you get a
Conrad, for
greatest hits.
$29.99.
That's why you get a greatest hits, Conrad.
You
think
get a
you-
great hits, yeah.
Why don't you order one for Paige?
Wait, is that the new Taylor Swift album?
Yes, $29.99.
I'm about to order
yeah,
me a
she'll
record
get it
player.
on Spotify. We pay monthly for that.
See,
Because I
I
actually
pay for
have some
Spotify
records.
too.
I have records that I got from that my parents had in storage.
Oh, we have a ton too.
I got some Kenny Loggins.
Oh, well, I know where my next paycheck's going. Thanks, Pat. I'm going to hope that Paige does not see the same link you just
I
sent
just
me.
want y'all to order the one with the poster because I want y'all to put that up in the office so I can make fun of y'all.
I will gladly order that.
Wait, okay, I'm dumb. She's just not showing the cover, right? That's not actually the
Yes.
cover. Okay,
No,
I was
it's
about to say that. I was
No,
like,
you're
that
dumb.
is an
You're dumb,
interesting
Conrad.
creative decision.
They
yeah.
like blurred it out on the New Heights promo, Conrad.
Oh,
Like-
so she's gonna. Okay, so that's she's
Yes,
gonna.
I think she's
reveal
gonna
all
show
of
it
that.
tomorrow.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
Yep. Well, it's another rainy day in central Alabama. Another wild storm came through my neck of the woods last night. The ground is soggy. The winds are howling. Trees are falling everywhere. Even if your roof looks okay from down on the ground, those gusts and downpours that we experience a good bit of the summertime, they could be tearing your shingles off or causing hidden leaks you can't see. So don't wait for a small problem to become a huge disaster. Abide Roofing is ready to step up and help you today. They can come out and do a free roof inspection for you. No sales pitch. There's no pressure. They just want to make sure your home is safe. And if the storm left you with a little bit more of soggy grass, they can also handle tree removal. That's right. Abide can handle that for you as well. They got your back. They'll work directly with your homeowner's insurance company, even the ones that can be hard to deal with, to make sure that you get the protection you need for your home. I know firsthand how good they are. They put a brand new roof on my house, and they dealt with my insurance company. So don't wait. Give them a call today. That's Abide Roofing, 205-941-6223, 205-941-6223, or visit their website, abideroof.com. Your roof is your home's first line of defense. With Abide Roofing, you'll know it's ready for whatever the weather throws at you. So call Abide today, 205-941-6223.
Robbie Weinstein, who covers the Vanderbilt Commodores, will get the latest on Diego Pavia, and will they ever finish renovating that stadium? He joins us next on Three Man Front. That fight song can only mean one thing, Pat.
That Vandy's going to upset Alabama and Auburn again this year?
That's exactly
Is that what that means?
That's what that sounds like. Yeah. Robbie Weinstein, who covers the Vanderbilt Commodores, did a wonderful job there at 247, joining us now here on Three Man Front and joining us on the Higginbotham Hotline. Robbie, how are you? We're just, less than 2 weeks away from the start of the college football season?
Yeah, hey guys, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. I've been out at Vandy practice a lot, and certainly you go to a lot of practices, and it's great to have the access that we do here. But on the other side of the coin, I can't wait for the real games to start. The practices get a little old after a while, so I think this is maybe the 11th of fall camp today, and things start to look the same. So I'm really looking forward to the real games starting soon.
Okay, so obviously the number one question you probably get, Robbie, on your website all the time, it's Diego Pavia, and he has not been shy. He was on the Paul Feinbaum show about a week ago talking about national championship aspirations, and we all respect that. Unfortunately for Vandy, they have not been listed in an AP or a coaches poll preseason top 25. Let's start there. Was it a bit of a surprise based on the talent coming back and with Diego Pavia at the helm? Were you surprised that Vandy did not get an opportunity to be a so-called top 25 team?
I wasn't surprised that they weren't in the poll. I thought maybe they'd get a couple votes. But, ultimately Vanderbilt is a smaller brand. They're not going to rank toward the top of past recruiting rankings, even transfer class rankings. So, to me, I would not rank them in the preseason top 25, even though they're one of the oldest, most veteran teams in college football. I think it's possible that they could break into the top 25 just like they did last year. But to me, they're probably not a team that's going to get the benefit of the doubt just due to the smaller brand. So I wasn't surprised that they were not in the poll.
How much more buzz is there, Robbie, with the fan base, given last year some of the monumental wins and then the expectations with one Diego Pavia returning at quarterback?
Yeah, there's a lot more. They're coming up on finishing the major renovations to the stadium as well, and so that's going to improve the fan experience. I definitely think, for the first time that I can remember, it's been really a long time, they've got a guy who nationally is pretty well known among college football fans and who draws a lot of attention, and it's just really fun. Both, these interviews are hilarious to watch, and he's got a really fun playing style, and he's a really good player. So I definitely think that has contributed to a lot of buzz. Of course, going to a bowl game and beating some big-name teams last year also helps. I definitely have not witnessed this amount of kind of excitement and anticipation for a Vandy football season anytime recently, if ever.
All right, so let's talk about the defense first before we get back to Diego Pavia and the offense, because Clark Lee took over the defensive side of the ball last year, and it proved, statistically speaking, they cut off 13 points from what they averaged the year before giving up. They went from 129 in the nation to 51st. Just talk about Clark Lee taking over that unit, and what does it look like this year for Vandy?
Well, he's given up DC duties, actually. So I felt like it was taking too much of his time away from managing the overall program. And they've got Steve Gregory, who was associate defensive coordinator last year and called plays for the final, I think, 4 regular season games in the bowl game. He is the full-time DC now. I think it's a pretty big risk, honestly. That's not to say that Gregory won't do a good job, but of course you go from a guy who is a proven, top 15 or 20 defensive coordinator in the sport based on his time at Notre Dame and also doing a good job last year. And you've got somebody who, prior to Vandy, I believe he was safety coach for the Miami Dolphins. So that's a pretty big difference in terms of experience. I don't think the team is going to change a lot. I think their talent has gotten better. They do have some questions at safety, but I think they've really improved on the edge and at corner. They've got some good depth at defensive tackle. But, I'm really curious to see whether there's a drop-off in terms of, coaching and play calling, because that is a question mark.
How many wins is Diego Pavia worth to this Vanderbilt team? Because I hope that he makes it through the season, Robbie, without being injured, without having to miss time. But his just physical nature, the way that he plays, and I know he's tough as nails, if he does miss time, what does that mean to Vanderbilt's quarterback situation, and how many wins or, as a result, losses does Diego Pavia mean to this particular team?
That's a great question. This is kind of one of the big themes of fall camp so far, is other quarterbacks are not really playing very well, and the offense really drops off when he's not in there. So I think it depends on how many wins you view them as having this season. My prediction is either 6-6 or 7-5 in the regular season. I think if he were to just not play this season and Blaise Berlowitz were playing quarterback, I think there may be like a 4-8 team. So, it's at least 2 wins, if not 3, maybe even more. The backup, Berlowitz, does have a lot of arm talent. I think he has potential. He's a redshirt sophomore, but too many bad decisions, lots of interceptions in practice, and, they've been pretty honest about that. The offensive coordinator did an interview after the first scrimmage on Saturday, and just said, Blaise has been too up and down and too inconsistent. So, it really is a big drop-off right now, and that's a huge risk. I totally agree, because Pavia will put his shoulder into guys and try to finish runs really physically, and that does lend itself to getting injured.
If you take a look at Vandy's schedule, and you just mentioned a Landrum, you're looking at a 6-6, 7-5. That's the way you're looking at it as of this moment. You got to go to Virginia Tech, at South Carolina, at Bama, at Texas, at Tennessee. Now, you do get LSU, Mizzou, and Auburn at home. Is there one particular game, in your opinion, especially at the beginning of the season, that if they were to get a victory there, that might be able to parlay that into a better season than a 6-6 or 7-5?
Probably South Carolina. They haven't beaten South Carolina in over 15 years, or maybe it's even been close to 20, something along those lines. And so I'm never going to pick them to win that game until they show it. But I do think there's potential for South Carolina, where they've got this top-heavy roster, right? With Norris Sellers and Dylan Stewart, if they commit that much money to 2 guys, is that going to set up the rest of your team to be successful? So who knows? If they were able to go in there and pull what would be a pretty big upset, then I think that changes a lot. But that's also asking a lot, right, when you haven't beaten a team since 2008.
For Clark Lee and what he has already been able to do there, last season being one of those examples, got to meet him, got to meet his family a couple of SEC Media Days ago, and just seems like just a great guy. But for what he's done there at Vanderbilt, you think that Clark Lee, he aspires to move on to maybe another program that we view as more of your prototypical powerhouse college football program, or do you think he's just one of those guys that's very comfortable where he is and you could see him there for a long time?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think Notre Dame would be tempting at some point, right? There are way fewer limitations in terms of recruiting there, not necessarily from an academic perspective, because that's a great school too, but the brand and the history of that program means you can recruit 5-star players there, whereas Vandy, they've never gotten a 5-star recruit. So I could see that being tempting at some point. At the same time, he has young-ish children, and he's from Nashville. This is a great city to live in. I'm sure his quality of life is great, and I doubt, he's itching to leave, like from a, life in Nashville standpoint. But I could see, a few years from now, if he feels like he's maxed it out at Vandy and they can't get over the hump past, 7 or 8 wins, I don't really see why he wouldn't be tempted to go to a job that is like a legit annual national championship contender type of job. And Notre Dame would be the obvious one due to his history there.
All right, Robbie, before we let you go, I want to ask you about the stadium upgrade. Auburn will be there on November the 8th. What is the current status, and are there still tons of cranes and still a lot of construction left to be done at the stadium? Where does that currently stand?
There's not a ton of cranes. They're still working on the south end zone, and that is mostly, I think it's all premium seating, either clubs or suites. And I wouldn't think that most of those are going to be sold to visiting fans just because you would have to sign up for season tickets, although, maybe some will do that. So that, by the time Auburn comes to town, I think that'll probably be completely done. Whether it's done entirely for the regular season opener on August 30th, I'm not really sure about that, but the building does look quite nice. I would assume capacity at the stadium is probably going to be something like 31 or 32,000 compared to, I want to say, prior to the renovations, it was in the mid to high 30,000. So capacity will be a little bit smaller, but the traditional visiting side of the stadium, those stands, they are pretty much unaltered. So it's really just both end zones that have been changed. And they look nice, but along the sidelines, those stands are still old and still the same.
That is Robbie Weinstein. He covers the Vanderbilt Commodores for 247. Robbie, always appreciate your time. I'm sure we will be talking again during the season as both Alabama and Auburn take on the Commodores. Thanks for your time today. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon.
Okay, yep. Thanks for having me, guys.
That is Robbie Weinstein. Joins us on the Higginbotham Hotline. All of our guests join us on the Higginbotham Hotline. You deserve solutions that are built for you. Higginbotham is your one-source solution for insurance, financial, and HR services.
Well, we're a microwave society. We all know that. You want instant results. You don't want to take a whole lot of time out of your busy schedule. There's great news when it comes to electronic muscle stimulation fitness, boutique fitness, if you will. You can find it just across the way here in downtown Homewood. It's Mandu. You hear me talking about it all the time. Mandu, revolutionary approach, all FDA approved. It's safe, but it's a 15-minute workout. All of the technology, they put you in a suit, hook you up to a machine, electric pulses to go to various muscle groups, whether you're trying to improve your arms, your shoulders, your chest, your legs, maybe the glutes. You can do it all. You can spot train. You can build up for endurance, but it's 15 minutes. They have tailor-made programs, whatever results you're trying to achieve, and I can promise you you're going to get results. I've gotten results, and so many other Jocks listeners who have taken me up on Mandu have gotten results as well. Really good news. First visit is absolutely free. They'll put you in a suit, put you through the 15-minute workout. You can decide if it is right for you. Mandu in downtown Homewood, MANDUU.com. Tell Paul and the gang that Landrum from Jocks sent you. Got a lot of text, a lot of reaction. Robbie Weinstein joining us, talking Diego Pavia, expectations for Vanderbilt. That and so much more as we continue here on a festive Taco Tuesday live from Social Taco in Homewood. Landrum, Pat, Molly, and Conrad, three-man front on Jocks.
Appreciate Robbie Weinstein joining the program, giving us a little thoughts or two on the mania that is Diego Pavia in the Music City. Says for him, looking at 6-6, 7-5. It's a heck of a schedule, man. Road trips. That's tough.
Well, for a guy
that's
that's
tough for
getting
anybody.
$4 million to play at Vanderbilt, 6 wins doesn't seem like a very good ROI, but I'm not smart like they are.
Yeah. Smart group up there.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to be extra smart, you can come join us and celebrate the kickoff to college football at the Bill Smith Buick GMC Jocks Kickoff Party. It's at Regions Field on Thursday, August 21st, and the only way to go is by winning tickets. So to win a pair of tickets for you and a guest, text the keyword GO. Just GO, G-O, and your full name to 205-834-9450. Once again, the keyword is GO. And your full name to 205-834-9450. Winners are drawn and notified daily. And for more information, visit jocksfm.com.
So yesterday about this time, we were all dissecting the AP preseason top 25 poll. It's interesting. Because, Molly, our poll question today was asking the audience, first off, if they pay much attention to any type of preseason poll, and if so, which one?
Yeah, so of course we gave you the AP Top 25, the Coaches Poll, the SEC Media Poll, and none. They're all a waste of time. And right now winning is none. They're all a waste of time with 66.8%. But of the polls, the AP Top 25 is winning, and it's not really close. It has 24.5%. The next is the Coaches Poll with only 6.4%. SEC Media with only 2.3%.
That surprises me.
Yeah, that surprises me.
Because I would think that the majority of the people would go, I put my faith in the coaches. But I think everyone also knows that most sports information directors are the ones that vote as opposed to the actual coaches. Man, no love for us SEC Media. Only 2.3% of the audience.
Well, they've seen the outcome and the predicted score order of finish in the SEC. As a group, we're not very good at it. The AP, though, you've got more voters, right?
65.
You got 65?
65 voters, yep.
And how many of those cats are taking time to watch games, whether you're in this part of the country, you're staying up late to watch Washington State battle, whoever, or in that part of the country, are you really dialing in and watching a lot of SEC football? Or Big Ten football, for that matter. I guess Big Ten more so than the SEC.
So Brett McMurphy of On3, he did a very interesting exercise. He went back and he took a look at the AP's final rankings each season and compared that to the AP preseason top 25 from 2014 through last season. Just off the top of your head, would you like to take a guess at who is the most overrated team based on the numbers from 2014 through 2024?
Oh. It's got to be a blue blood. I will go.
The most overrated team in the top 25
in
the last 10 years.
Texas A&M.
I'll go USC.
Molly, you want to take a guess? Oh, you've got it pulled up.
I've been looking at it
Cheater.
since it came out.
Cheater. It is Southern Cal.
All right.
Landrum was correct. Conrad said Texas A&M. They're the third most overrated team in the last 10 years.
Yeah, they're way
according
too
to
low.
the polls.
Way too low.
Coming in at number 2.
Utah.
It is not Utah. Utah is number 18 on the list.
They have screwed me.
You want to throw out another name?
Will you tell us the conference?
Yeah, will you tell us conference?
Southeastern.
Ooh,
It's interesting. 3 of the top 4 are from the Southeastern Conference.
I'll go Texas.
See, I was
Texas.
Texas, yep.
Texas comes in at 21.
What?
Wow. All right. SEC, let's go Florida.
Ooh,
Florida
LSU.
Florida did not make the top 25.
I'll go
of
LSU.
the most overrated
I don't know
teams.
if that's a compliment or an indictment.
LSU is 4th.
LSU is 4th.
Okay.
So as of right now, you guys have got number 1, Southern Cal, number 3, Texas A&M, 4, LSU.
What about Tennessee?
Tennessee is not listed in the top 25
Okay.
overrated teams in the last 10 years.
When is the time frame again?
2014 through last year.
How about Auburn?
Auburn is the second most overrated team according to Brett McMurphy's digging through the stats.
Over Texas A&M?
Over Texas A&M.
What?
Yep. They've got Southern Cal number 1, Auburn number 2, Aggies 3, LSU 4, Wisconsin at 5, FSU Dave Seminoles come in at 6, Oregon 7, Oklahoma 8, Miami 9, Michigan 10.
I don't know, but if we went 2020 through last season, and you're accounting for those seasons, Auburn wasn't projected to be very high, so that tells me and I remember some of those years, but from 14 to 19, that's making up for where they're basing this?
By the way, Georgia comes in at number 14. Alabama comes in at number 15. Clemson was 16. Arkansas 17. Notre Dame was 19. Nebraska.
Woo!
You're a top 20 overrated team, Molly.
Yeah, we are. No, I would actually agree with that. There were a couple times we were ranked in the preseason, like 20 through 25, and I was like, no, fam.
So I'm surprised. I need to do a little – I mean, I don't doubt Brick McMurphy's going back and finding that number, but I'm like you. I wouldn't put Auburn as the second most overrated.
2017, you were in the SEC championship game. 2014, that was not a bad Nick Marshall-led team. 16 was a big disappointment.